everyone, my name is Jess, and yet again I have another Dell webcam to unbox, set up, and just review with you. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. It would help me out a lot, and you'll be reminded that every single Monday I do post new content, and that content is really on sales, tech, career advice in Canada, and everything unboxing for your work from home setup. And so today I have the WB3023 camera, and I'm gonna unbox it with you. I'm gonna plug it in, I'm gonna set it up, we'll test it, and we'll just see really how good is it, because it is such a good price. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and unbox it. Here we go. Now, I really like the packaging. It's very, very simple design. There's the mic, there's the camera. Standard box. You have the quick setup guide that I will look at after. Let's just take a look here. Looks like the cable is built in. And if you haven't seen my other videos, I have really reviewed every single Dell webcam over the last year. So check those out. I will link them below. And you will get my first impressions and even testing them out. So here we go. Looks like you need to download something to get the audio working. Oh, very nice. Okay, so the camera does have a built-in wire, USB. It's quite long. If I can get it to focus there. I will do a close-up, but it's quite nice actually, and has the screw there if you want to put it on a tripod. I'm just looking first impressions here. Oh, I like that. Look at this. Hold on. I probably will play with this maybe too often. All right, let's get this set up. Let's get it plugged in, and we will give some thoughts on it and let you know how to set it up and show you the quality. All right, let's cut to that. Here is a close-up of the camera. I must say, I know you're thinking it doesn't look as nice as the other 2K and the other 4K camera with that nice cylinder look, but I am so impressed with, it's just nice and small. You can throw it in your bag if you need to. It sits right on top of the monitor, and it's less distracting than the other cameras. It also has a little cover that you don't need to take on and off. It's just a little switch there at the bottom, and it does come with the quick start guide like every Dell product does, the warranty and support information, and it does show you here that it does include audio, which is surprising to me. I did not know that prior to receiving this camera. So this is what it looks like on top of my monitor. It does tilt and swivel. Very, very easy to set up, just like so. And I believe it does have a 65 to 78 degree field of view. And I'm going to go plug it into my computer there. And when you plug it in, usually I just plug it in the front just to see how the setup is. And then if I'm going to keep it or use it, I'll plug it in the back. Now, as soon as I plugged it in, right away the computer prompts you and opens up the Dell Peripheral Manager as long as you have that loaded. Now, I wanted to show you all the settings and walk you through just me setting up the camera for the very first time. Again, I haven't done this before, so bear with me. And right away, you'll see there's 4 options: your default, smooth, vibrant, or warmth. And you can play with any of these settings.
You can either click skip as well, and I believe if you do click skip, it will just set to the default settings of the camera. But of course, we're not going to click that today. We are going to play around with the settings. Just come along with me and do that. And here I am. So right away, they're asking, do you want HDR? You can either turn that on or off. I am really surprised. As you can see, I'm recording this after. I'm so surprised of the quality of this camera compared to the other cameras I've reviewed in the past, which I'll link below. But this might be a keeper. The color is perfect. I also had no idea that the camera came with a built-in microphone. Now you can turn that on and it will record the audio through the camera, which I forgot to totally test. But again, it works really well. So again, smooth, vibrant, warmth. There's not many changes, subtle changes if you want some preset looks. But I do like the vibrant. It looks nice. The colors are really shining through. You can tell that the wall behind me is green. Now go to the camera control. You can either have the 65 or 78. You can also zoom in and zoom out on yourself. I usually would use the 65. I think it is a nice picture, especially if you're doing any Zoom conferencing. They don't need to see the whole room. It's better that they just focus on you. But again, play around with what works for you. And you can turn on the autofocus and you can turn it off. I usually just keep that on. Again, you can turn off the HDR and here you can see the difference. I think this is really why I love Dell peripherals so much, is that you can play around with so many different settings, exposure, frame rate, and you have all of your Dell peripherals up at the top right corner. You can see my webcams, my speakerphone, my keyboard, my mice. Who knows what Dell is going to come up with next, but I really like the option to have all of my peripherals in one place. I do use a Logitech camera right now, and it doesn't have a manager built in like Dell does. I have to use something separate. And I'm just walking you through, again, some of the settings, the 2K, QHD, Full HD or HD, the FPS, the 3-2-1 countdown, the frame grid. There are so many settings to play around with. I could probably make a 30-minute video just on all the settings of what this camera can do. But overall, I am so surprised of the quality of this camera. It might be the first one that I'm going to recommend for people that are on a budget. This is really inexpensive and the quality is outstanding. So 5 stars. Yes, I do work at Dell, but this is just a phenomenal camera. Well done, Dell, and looking forward to reviewing the next one.
Okay, so that is my camera review. I'm impressed, right? And it's so light, so small, would be really easy to travel with, right? You can roll it up. There's probably a better way to roll this cable. But I will test it out for the next month, see how I like it. And really, you can't go wrong with the price point. I think it's very reasonable. I like that Dell now has 3 different webcams for all different uses, all different price points and budgets, and I think you should pick one of these up. Again, I work for Dell, but I have reviewed other cameras like Logitech. If you have a camera you want me to review, feel free to write it in the comments below. I'm happy to buy it and test it out. I don't know all the ins and outs of lenses on cameras, but I do like testing them just to see, because working from home, you need to have a good camera quality. It is probably the single most important thing besides audio, that you do need a good functioning camera, maybe not just on your laptop, but hanging on your monitor. If you like this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next Monday. Take care.